Hello and welcome to this short PV equals nRT exam question walkthrough. I'm going to choose a fairly standard type of OCR Chemistry A question where you're asked to work out the molar mass of a gas and from that work out some molecular formula. So they give you some data. You've got volume, pressure and temperature, which should lead you to arrive at PV equals nRT instead of V equals 24N. They want you to do the molar mass. So that's connected to moles, so therefore N is your subject. So funnily enough, you can write out PV equals nRT as your starting point because that shows the examiner you've done some processing and some thinking and decided on the correct gas formula. So rearranging and also just getting the value for R from your data sheet, we can put some numbers in. Now, you need to think about the units here. The pressure is always in pascals. So it's there already, so we don't have to change that value. But the volume is in centimeters cubed, which needs to be converted to meters cubed by dividing it by 1,000,000. And the temperature needs to have 100 added onto it to convert it into Kelvin. So once we put those numbers in, we get a calculator value, which I'm going to round to 3 sig figs and call it 2.45 times 10 to the minus 3, just for simplicity. Now remembering our moles equals mass over mR, that's where the division comes from in 0.428 divided by 2.45 times 10 to the minus 3. So that gives us 174.69387776. Now I'm going to round that up to 175. There's a reason for that. If you look at the relative atomic masses of fluorine and bromine, think about what 174.69387776 would be if you rounded it up to 1 decimal place. You'd end up with 174.7. Now, neither of those two relative atomic masses have 0.7 in them. So I'm going to round it up to 175. So now what I need to do is think about how I can work out the molecular formula. So considering those relative atomic masses, it's unlikely to be 2 bromines because that adds up to 159.8, which doesn't leave much spare change for adding any fluorines in. So therefore, I'm going to stick with 1 bromine and see how many times 19 can be added onto it until I get to 175. So if I do 79 plus 5 times 19 leads me to 174. It took a little bit of playing around, but it's worth having a think about it from that perspective, a more problem-solving approach. Okay, hopefully this has been a useful look at how to come up with a molecular formula. Until next time, thanks for listening and see you soon.